Hello, I'm Dr. John Rex, and I'm here to answer your burning questions about AMR. So I'm sometimes asked, what can the ordinary citizen do to help combat antimicrobial resistance? You don't work as a healthcare professional, you're doing something else in the world. And there are things that you can do, actually, in the course of your everyday life, actually, that all of us can do in the course of our everyday life that make a difference. Let's just tick through several of them. One example would be hand washing. Think about how you wash your hands. So washing your hands actually prevents the spread of things, but also wash your hands with just ordinary soap instead of antibacterial soap. We don't need to be using the antibacterial compounds in our soap. You can use plain soap. At the grocery store, make the choice to buy meat that says on it, produced without antibiotics. Antibiotic-free meat costs a little more to make, costs a little more to buy, but by choosing to buy the antibiotic-free meat, you are sending a message to the food industry saying, I think this is important, please make more of this. If you do get sick with an infection of some sort, and you're told it's a viral infection, you don't need an antibiotic for that. You don't take an antibiotic for a viral infection. If you're told that's what it is, you don't need an antibiotic for that. But conversely, if you do have a bacterial infection, you're told to actually take an antibiotic, take the whole course because that actually will finish it off. A fourth one would be get vaccinated. Now, vaccines, many of them are for viral infections. A lot of the ones you get as a kid, measles, mumps, rubella, and these days COVID, are for viral infections. You might think, well, that doesn't have much to do with bacterial antimicrobial resistance. Well, actually it does, because if you develop a viral infection, you're then at risk for a secondary bacterial infection on top of that. Think about the folks with COVID who wind up in the hospital, who have a pneumonia, and just being in the hospital with pneumonia on a ventilator sets you up to be at risk for a bacterial superinfection. And avoiding that, if you don't have the viral infection, then you don't wind up on the ventilator, then you don't need the antibiotics. So there's a pretty straightforward commentary there. Now, let me just say there are a few vaccines that are specifically for bacterial infections. There's one that kids get for Haemophilus influenza. There's one that we also give for pneumococcal pneumonia. And those are good too, because obviously that has a very direct effect. You don't get pneumococcal pneumonia, so you don't need to be treated for it. But the viral vaccines are important because they just they eliminate you having the illness that sets you up. And the fifth thing you can do is look below. You're going to find some links to places where you can send a note to your congressperson about the importance of antimicrobial resistance and the incredible importance of the U.S. government passing the Pasteur Act as part of Cures 2.0. There's also a newsletter about that. Go check that out. But do send that note, because your congresspeople, they pay attention to the notes that they get. Tell them that that this is an important thing, and that we need to be inventing antibiotics today so that we will have them in the future, so that our children and our children's children will have new antibiotics when they need them 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.